welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. This is my Summerween 2026 video. Now, I saw inspiration all over TikTok. I saw Asda, TK Maxx coming through with the Summerween things. I'm not usually a cutesy Halloween girl, but I had the perfect thing for this. Now, these molds are from Molds and Shapes. They are the elongated tray molds. They've got the lip around the edge. I happen to have two of these, so I am making two projects in one video. And when you see the absolutely perfect UV DTFs that I just felt matched everything that I saw advertised on TikTok from Asda, hopefully you will love them as much as I do. Now, I do need one of these trays to have a black rim. I'm using the black polyurethane that I purchased from MB Fiberglass. I am using the dregs of the bottles. It's not easy. So the black part A, is always really good, even at the end of the bottle. But the orange part, if you guys have ever used this, you'll know it goes all crunchy and gritty, and there's always some kind of crystallization that happens in the bottom of the orange bottle. But just shake it for as long as you can shake it, like a Polaroid picture. There will still be some crunchy I guess particles in there, but it doesn't take away from the job. It does the job, and it still cures jet black. No one would ever know. So this is a 2-part polyurethane. It's a fast setting resin, and its mix time is around 30 seconds, maybe a minute. You've got about a minute, but then you start to feel it heating up in the cup. So I do suggest you only stir for around 40 seconds. Now, you can see me on screen there. I was really stirring quite frantically. I like to get it mixed real quick and poured real quick, so there's no risk of it setting. And because I had none left, I figured I better act fast. Now check out these UV DTFs. They're so adorable. Now, if you've been with me a while, you'll know that I am a lot more of a macabre, darker resin artist when it comes to Halloween. I'm not really into these cute, bright colours and fun, cutie patootie type Halloween stuff, but they have their place, and they definitely have their place in Summerween. Now, these definitely reminded me of the Asda products that I was seeing all over TikTok, and they're perfect for Halloween. This sheet here from the UV DTF pack that I bought from Amazon was very indicative of a massive film franchise that we all know. Now, again, these are cute, but it made me crave autumn. And guys, I'm not even kidding. I am sorry if you are not ready for autumn. I am over this heat. We are now reaching temperatures of around 26 degrees, nothing like the 35, but I am still suffering, okay? I'm still suffering. I want crisp, foggy mornings. Now, it has been years since I've done alcohol inks. Years, I tell you. I want to say 5-6 years easily. Now, if you really want to do alcohol inks properly, I suggest you go follow someone like Daniel Cooper, who is a master at alcohol ink art. I just pour it in and hope for the best and cross my fingers and have a cup of tea and hope that I get the results I want. I'm not very good at it, but I still love it. It's fun. It's just been such a long time. Now, the first UV DTF that I showed you there has got a pumpkin, and it's got some dark black and orange flowers, whilst on the right hand side it's completely clear with some black bats. So I'm going for orange alcohol ink on the left, black alcohol ink on the right, and hopefully that will be the perfect contrast for the UV DTF. That was the theory anyway. Now, first up, this resin is not very deep. I didn't really talk about the resin that I used in this video because this was filmed weeks ago. I was kind of filming in bulk in preparation for my mum coming over, and I can't remember now what resin this was. So it was either the Apex resin from Apex here in the UK, or it was the Let's resin. I use both of these resins regularly, both crystal clear, both stunning, and both of them have a discount code for you in the description box. So either one is still perfect and it still worked great. But it's not a very deep layer. I was filming in bulk, thus I was using what I had left from, you know, like I said, filming in bulk. So it's not very, very deep. Equally, these tray molds from Molds and Shapes, you know, you don't have that much room to play with in these ones. The druzy edge molds are much deeper, and if you wanted a deeper layer for your alcohol ink, they would be absolutely perfect. So alcohol ink dropping, again, it's been many years since I've done this, but boy oh boy have I missed it. I literally just drop a ton of orange followed by a ton of white, and on the right hand side I drop a ton of black followed by a ton of white. For every alcohol drop of colour, you want to add a drop of white on the background. This is going to push it down into the resin and make it sink and give you some pretty cool textured results. And I was really going for, I guess, texture. That's what I was looking at. Now, again, there are plenty of alcohol ink resin artists out there. So if you really want to get into alcohol ink, I'm not your girl, but I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here for this. I did about 3 or 4 layers of alcohol ink and white ink dropping before I called it a day and walked away and allowed them to fully cure overnight before finishing them off with a back coat. But just remember that every layer of colour, you want to lay down a colour of white. That is going to push the colour down into the resin. Now, it would push it further if I had a deeper layer of resin, but I don't. I have a real shallow layer of resin, so I am expecting some texture. That's all I could wish for at this point in time, some texture. Now, the next sticker is cool as well. It's not my favourite. I prefer the white pumpkin with the bats to one side, but equally this is definitely going along the macabre side. You know, it's not so cutie patootie. So I definitely, these were the 2 out of the pack that I just felt fit me the best. And I guess Summerween probably would have lent towards the more brighter colours, and I tried. Guys, I tried. There's a song in there somewhere. I tried. I just couldn't do it. They're just too bright and colourful for me. My dark like my soul. So this one is a gorgeous layer of green pumpkins, like almost decayed grimy pumpkins. So I was going for a grungy, grimy feel in the alcohol inks. I'm using the forest green with the white drops over the top. I'm not very neat when it comes to alcohol. I'm not very specific. I just lay down the colour and then I just go wild with the white. I do. It's just the way it is. And then I finished off with yellow. I thought yellow would be a really good contrast against the black. And again, this layer of clear resin is even shallower than the layer of clear on the previous tray. So at this point, I'm just going for it and hoping that I get some kind of visual interest when it comes to demold. I'm hoping that it's not just going to be flat block color, that I will get some kind of depth, some kind of grungy, murky texture going on. And yeah, close your eyes, pour it, hope for the best, fingers crossed. That's it, guys. That's all there is to it. I'm kidding. Go follow the professionals. I have sped this bit up for you because, again, I was just going for it, pouring it all in, layer after layer after layer. I wouldn't do any more than 3, honestly. If your resin is super shallow like mine was, I wouldn't do more than 3 layers of alcohol ink dropping. But here we are. This is the next day, and I'm watching this back, editing, thinking, why did I care about that bit of debris? Honestly, why did I? I'm colouring this background white. That debris probably would have never been seen, but there I am. It's the little things. I should really focus on trying to do a good job with the alcohol ink and not worry about a bit of debris in my resin. But here we are. It is the next day. We are now backing these trays in white, and you'll see here soon I don't have that much room to play with. So again, a deeper tray is sometimes more favourable when it comes to alcohol ink drop-in. And since doing this, I do feel like I need to revisit my love for alcohol ink. When I very first started resin on my channel, if any of you have been with me since the early days of Claire's Crafty Corner, like almost 9 years, guys, of Claire's Crafty Corner, I never did resin. I never did it. I did lots of DIYs, upcycles, home decor, work, like refinishing my dining table and just doing seasonal crafting. And then someone suggested I try resin, and I tried it. And of course, I absolutely loved it. And that video blew up, and that was the beginning of Claire's Crafty Corner. And I said, as in resin on Claire's Crafty Corner, I said in that video, don't worry, it's not going to be a resin channel. If any of you guys remember, famous last words. Anyway, here we are. What I did do back then 9 years ago was explore alcohol ink, and it's been probably 8 years since I've revisited it. But I love this. Now, this is definitely giving muddy swamp vibes. It's giving texture. It's definitely not just plain. It's not a plain block opaque background. The orange didn't do as much, but I still love that there's depth. I don't feel like the camera does this justice. It's almost like coral, like a coral reef vibe as well. But yeah, it's absolutely perfect. Color matched to perfection with this sticker. So this is what I was talking about. We've got the bats that are going on the orange and the black and orange flowers that are going on the black. Now, again, both of these stickers work. I did test it with all of the other stickers in the pack, but there's no color matching there at all. They just did not work. It was way too contrasting and just icky. So here we are. The black slime coming down from these green pumpkins is going perfectly over the green, and then the black bats in the air above the pumpkins work perfectly against the lighter background. So again, all of the colors just work perfectly together. And I am smushing this UV DTF down with my Cricut tool before peeling back that protective layer. I really need to get back on Amazon and look to see if there's any more UV DTFs in, out there that I haven't yet seen, haven't come across. Does anyone remember my giant sugar skull tray? I didn't know when I used this absolutely magnificent, giant 3 sticker to make one image sugar skull tray. I didn't know it was a UV DTF, so I just stuck it down, and I wasn't happy with the results because there was air bubbles everywhere, and everyone was like, Claire, no, that's a UV DTF. And that was the first time I'd ever heard of these, and I'm not gonna lie, they are addictive because I just love matching the backgrounds. I love the mica chuck it in technique where I'm trying to color match every aspect of the UV DTF so that I'm not, just pouring a plain tray and sticking a sticker down on it, because I've had comments like that in the past. You're just literally, but I love matching backgrounds. That's my favorite thing to do when using these UV DTFs. And again, in their own way, they're just so addictive, and I feel like I could just work with these forever. But here we are, back to this tray. I think this is hands down my favorite. Let me know between the 2 trays which one is your favorite, because this is absolutely mine. The black and the white and the orange flowers working against that black background. The bats on the orange. Yes, please. Yes, please. Definitely more me. I love the look of the pumpkin. I love the decayed vision of it. Just all of it is so scrumptious to me. And yeah, I think I just love the contrast between the orange and the black, and the way I've split the tray down the middle with the alcohol inks. But what I do love about the orange is that there's definitely some almost cells, lots of cells, and finite detail that is coming through in the murkiness of the alcohol ink. So I'm happy. But again, let me know your thoughts. Let me know which one is your favorite. Now, I did the same to both trays. I used my deburring tool to get rid of the sharp underbelly edge prior to adding on my cork self-adhesive feet so that they are ready to go into the shop that I sell my items in. And once I've top coated, then they are finished and done. So deburring tool, cork feet, then it was time for the top coat. Again, the top coat would have been the apex most likely. Crystal clear again, code below, but here we are adding the top coat. Now, honestly, the only reason to add a top coat to these, truly the only reason to add a top coat to these, is to give them a smooth surface. It's not to seal the sticker. Because if you've never used a UV DTF, let me tell you something. Once it has touched the surface, that's it for the rest of your life. It's not moving, it's not budging. Because if you ever make a mistake laying down a UV DTF, it's game over. It's game over. They are not peel backable. You cannot peel a UV DTF off of the surface that you've laid it down to if you've made a mistake. It will crunch up into a billion pieces. So I'm not sealing these with a top coat to seal the UV DTF. I'm sealing them to give them a smooth, glossy finish and to get rid of the texture laid down by the UV DTF. Now, in the past, I have loved the texture and I've kept it. But for these, I am liking the idea of a smooth surface. So this is 24 hours later, is it? Is it 24 hours later? Yeah, it is. Otherwise, I would not be turning it upside down. This is 24 hours later. Guys, I'm a professional, please. Follow me for some more professionalism. Yeah, 24 hours later, there we are on screen. And I love them. I love this one the most. This is me. This is a bit of me. I absolutely love it. I love the contrast. I love the black edge rim. I love the black bats against the orange. I love the white flowers against the black. I like this one, but I'm not in love with this one. What I really like the most about this one is the texture on that alcohol ink dropping. It literally looks like a decayed swamp. Perfect for the sticker. It just works. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you feel inspired by this one and give alcohol ink dropping a go, but definitely go watch some other videos of people doing it like with fantastical results. I'm not very, patient. I don't take temperatures and do all of that stuff, but definitely go check out Daniel Cooper for sure. He's got some spectacular pieces going on his channel. But yeah, I hope you feel inspired and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.